And the multi-dimensional security challenges bedeviling the country have called for the need to adapt mechanisms and strategies like non-kinetic approach to curbing insecurity. This was the view of experts at an interagency collaboration of stakeholders organized by the National Orientation Agency on implementation of recommendations of the National Summit. Trust TV's Aisha Salihu has details.
Stakeholders at the outing were unanimous in their submission that the utilization of civil-military operations is effective in attracting and persuading rather than coercive use of lethal force.
The aim is to instigate conversation that will produce ideas that will add value to the recommendations already produced from the National Summit, and together with you, our stakeholders, design strategies for implementation, the recommendation and the policy issues in a collaborative and partnership synergy.
These interagency deliberations of stakeholders had recommendations from civil society organizations, representatives of the National Security Advisor, Chief of Naval Staff, Air Staff, Army Staff, Minister of Defense, Director General of State Security Services. Others were Defense Staff, the Inspector General of Police and other development partners who all harped on the effectiveness and need for collaborative efforts of security agencies and members of the public through non-kinetic response.
To bring us in line with how we can address our national security issue without having to fight or never to shoot a bullet.
In his keynote address, the Chief of Defense Staff here represented highlighted the core contributions of the non-kinetic roles of the armed forces through civil-military operations.
The armed forces, in its traditional role and efforts, usually does whatever it can to enhance national security of the country, and has been involved in various non-kinetic operations, including humanitarian assistance, food security, educational development, and healthcare services.
However, there are calls on elimination and discouragement of threat motivators that makes the society prone to insecurity challenges.
We are not mindful of the fact that proliferation of small arms and light weapons are all over the place that are being used by these criminal elements. The collapse of the local government system is also a factor that we must reckon with.
Participants noted that curbing insecurity is a duty of the citizens and not the security operatives alone. Hence, the need for the adaptation of the recommendations of the National Summit on Kinetic Response to Insecurity. Aisha Salihu, Trust TV News, Abuja.